Hey everyone, and welcome. I see people are on already. Hi Gloria, got my mat ready. Good. Oh, Ashley. Yeah, Val, so excited to practice with you today. Thank you for this gift you're giving all of us. Oh, thanks so much, Ashley. You're so welcome. I'm so happy to be doing this. Oh, hey, Tori, Lexi and I are just getting set up. Awesome. And my dad just messaged, so my dad's getting all set up now too. I should say that you're going to need maybe a pillow today, and I'll kind of explain that later on. Let everybody kind of get set up here. All right. I usually start off saying, like always, welcome and thanks so much. I love doing this live, and since it is live, it may or may not be perfect. There might be some noise or whatnot, so I just want to apologize in advance for that. But the reason I want to do this live is it's my way of showing up and supporting you and bringing a little bit of calm to this chaos that we have going on at the moment. And hey, Casey. Hey, Paulina. I think Louise may be on as well. Hey, Louise. Give people just another minute to set up. And again, I like doing this live during the stressful time because I hope this leaves you feeling a little bit more connected since we're all doing this together at the same time. And I hope to pump you full of lots of really positive emotions through yoga and meditation and then Reiki at the end. Tori asked, a yoga block? Yeah, a yoga block can work. That's great. Okay, so a yoga block, a bolster, a pillow, just some kind of prop for later on. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to do a really nice flow and kind of some deep stretching, especially in our hips and our hip flexors. Since we're doing a lot of sitting, or at least I know I am, mine are getting really tight. And that's not a good place to hold a lot of tension in our hips. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. And of course, I'll keep saying hello to people as they pop on. But we always have a theme for the day. And today's theme is I love and approve of myself. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want, and I claim my power. So I think this is a really cool card for today. It's all about I love and approve myself and approve of myself. And this is going to be kind of important throughout today because we're going to be doing some deeper stretching and maybe some poses that may feel challenging, but I just want you to kind of come as you are and just accept where you are in your practice today. And we're just going to kind of be doing this together. So we're going to do, for a meditation today, something called belly breathing, diaphragmic breathing. So we're just going to bring our breath a little bit lower. So we have something called our autonomic nervous system, and it's made up of two parts, our parasympathetic and our sympathetic. And our sympathetic system is our fight and our flight. And this is kind of where they get that running from a saber-toothed tiger kind of thing. This is kind of the way we survive. But kind of in today's world, we're kind of living like this when we're in a state of fear. So we're constricting blood flow. This is why you're able to run really fast, but your blood pressure goes up and your breathing tends to be a little bit higher in your chest versus your parasympathetic system, which is your rest and digest. And this allows your blood pressure to lower. It allows more oxygen and nutrients to be able to flow through your body. So this is definitely more of that rest and repair. And we're going to do this through belly breathing. So we'll just do this for a few minutes today, but I do encourage you to practice this at home, maybe before you go to bed or even in the mornings. Practice maybe 20 minutes a day, even if you want to split it up for 10 minutes twice a day or 5 minutes 4 times a day, whatever you want. It's just the technique teaches you to breathe just a little bit deeper into your diaphragm to reset and go into that parasympathetic system versus that sympathetic system. And what it does is it just brings you overall calm. It lowers your anxiety and your stress and all that stuff, basically what we're going through right now. So I'm actually going to start laying down, and I do encourage you to do the same thing, which is why I said maybe a pillow or a block, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so I brought my mic with me. Take a sip of water. Go ahead and get comfortable lying down. And what you want is to make sure your head and your lower back are supported. Let me bring the mic a little closer here. Okay, so I have a little rolly for under my knees. just to kind of support that natural curvature of your spine. And then I'm going to put a pillow maybe underneath of my head here. We're just going to get a little cozy. And what you're going to do is you're going to have one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. And for the first round of breathing, just kind of notice where you're breathing at. I know for right now, I'm breathing a little bit higher, maybe in my chest. Because also when we're stressed or scared, sometimes we hold our breath and then we're breathing kind of only a little higher up. And I want you to begin to just inhale just a little bit deeper. And you might notice that your hand on your stomach goes up, and that's what you want. So just a little bit deeper inhale, allowing that hand to rise, and then slowly exhaling. And then inhaling just ever so slowly, very slow on the inhale. And then exhale. And then you pause on the exhale. And then you slowly inhale. And I do invite you to close your eyes. If for some reason you can't feel your bottom hand rising on your stomach, just try to readjust and just make sure you're nice and comfortable. You want to be really comfy so that your muscles in your abdomen relax. That's the key. And then also just to breathe ever so slowly in on the inhale. And I do invite you to close your eyes as you just bring your awareness to the hand on your belly as it goes up and down. We're just going to be here for a few more breaths, so just relax. Just allowing that breath just to fill up your diaphragm and expand your belly. Just allowing yourself to relax and let go of any tension. All right, beautiful. And we'll just do this for one more big breath, nice and slow. And on the exhale, we'll just begin to move our props away. I would continue to do this a lot longer, but I don't want you guys to fall asleep. But I do encourage you to practice that at home or in the evening, just to bring your belly, your breath a little bit lower into your belly. Louis says a little late, but now I'm ready. All right, great. So we just did a little bit of belly breathing. And we're going to stay on our back. Apologize. We're going to stay on our back here in our Savasana. This is going to seem kind of silly, but you're just going to kind of start rocking with your feet. Just kind of waking up our body here. Still kind of breathing a little bit deeper. Just kind of rocking awake. Very good. And on an inhale, we're going to bring both of our feet up, giving ourselves a nice big hug. Really good. We're going to inhale our feet all the way up to the sky. We're just going to start to kind of flex and point our feet. And inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Kind of warming that up. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. If your legs are straight up and above, depends. Still feeling rather tight in my calves. That's okay. That's just where I am today. All right. And we're going to exhale both of our feet down. And you're going to cross your right foot over onto your left thigh. Just see how that feels. And then on an inhale, with my hands kind of coming around my thigh, I'm just going to inhale my left foot up. Feeling that nice stretch behind my my right kind of cheek. Feeling that nice little stretch there. We're going to be doing pigeon pose later on today. So just breathe ever so gently. If you're more here, that's perfectly fine. Wherever you are today, that's great. Today's all about accepting where you are today. Another big inhale, really breathing into that kind of side. And exhale, we're going to release and undo. Cross to the other side, bringing my left ankle over my right thigh. Bringing my hands around to grab my thigh on an inhale. And ever so gently, bringing my foot up. Feeling that nice stretch in my kind of side glute here. And just breathing into that hip, just nice and gentle. Just relaxing into that, relaxing your face. Really good. And an exhale, release and undo. Inhaling both of our knees to our chest. We're going to bring our arms out to a T. I'm going to drop my knees to my left side and look over my right shoulder. It's a nice little twist. Nice and gentle here. Just breathing. Just a little bit slower. Inhale, bring your legs up to the center. Exhale, we're going to let them fall to our right side, looking over our left shoulder. As I turn on my sound system with my feet. Very good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, kind of grab your legs and kind of rock side to side here. Today we're going to be really mindful. So we're going to grab underneath of our knees here. We're just going to rock ever so gently on our spine here. Just nice and gentle. Relaxing the head. And we're just going to come all the way up. Excellent. We're going to drop our knees. We're going to come to out all fours for some cat-cows. Tucking my shirt here. So for cat-cows, my wrists are in line with my shoulder and my knees are in line with my hips. So for here, we're just going to check in. I want to make sure that your hands are nice and sprawled out on the mat to support you. We're pushing away, opening up the shoulder blades. All right, so we're not sinking in. And then our back, so it's not like this. I'm activating, I'm rolling my hips back, and I'm activating my core. Excellent. And on an inhale, begin to lift that tailbone. And the last thing to come up is your head. On that inhale, exhale, rolling the hips back, dropping the tailbone. The last thing to fall is your head. Very good. Inhale, peeling the tailbone up. Just going to do a couple of cycles here. And exhale. Go ahead and move on your own breath or what feels good for you. We're just warming up the spine. Inhaling, lifting the tailbone. Very good. All right. So we're going to come back to neutral spine. So kind of like what I was saying earlier, pushing away, activating. We're going to inhale my left leg back. If this feels good, I'm going to go ahead and lift that leg up. I'm going to make sure my core is activated. Inhale, right arm up. Really feeling that length. My gaze is down. My neck is nice and lengthened. I'm feeling energy all the way from my tips of my toes to my fingertips. And exhale, bringing that arm down and bringing my knee down. Very good. On an inhale, bringing my left leg back. I'll be stretching that out a little bit, making sure my core is still engaged. Inhaling that leg up. On my next inhale, left arm up. Really feeling that energy, really from your toes to your fingers. Make sure your core is nice and strong so I'm not kind of sinking in. Nice and strong here. And exhale my arm down and then releasing the leg. Very good. And then from here, I'm just going to bring my right hand just ever so slightly up, just a little bit in front of me. And on an exhale, I'm going to bend to my elbow. I'm going to bring my left arm all the way through. And you can expand that arm forward, or you can kind of bring it back. We're just kind of opening up a little bit in the chest, just very gentle here. Just going to be here for another breath, relaxing the face. Maybe smiling a little bit. Maybe smelling your armpit like I am right now. And we're going to inhale and push up off of the ground. Planting our left arm now. And on an exhale, kind of coming in between with my right arm underneath. Now feeling that stretch on the other side. Nice and gentle today. If you want, you can open up a little bit more by putting your left hand kind of on your lower part of your back. Or you can kind of leave it out in front, whatever's comfortable. Relaxing the face. Really good. Planting that left arm and pushing up off of the mat. Really good. We're going to open up the legs and we're going to sit back in the child's pose. Really good. Just releasing. Child's pose should always be really comfortable. So if there's any guys that might have, or even ladies that might have some really tight hips, if this is challenging, you can always bring a pillow underneath of your forehead to bring the earth to you. Should always be a very comfortable, relaxing pose. Okay. And on an inhale, peel on up, bringing my knees in. I'm going to tuck my toes and I'm going to lift my hips up into the sky. I'm going to pedal out those feet, maybe move those hips a little bit. Oh, wow. Both my hips popped really good. Just get some movement here, really pedaling out the feet. And maybe swaying your hips just a little bit, getting some movement here. Pressing away from the mat, nice and strong. Very good. Relaxing that neck. And with your gaze looking up between your fingers, you can either walk or jump. I always like to walk, so I'm going to bring my right foot, my left foot, and come between. Staying hinged at the hips, kind of like a rag doll. Getting this, continue stretching out our legs. Inhale halfway up. Straightening those legs straight back. Exhale. Forward fold. And then inhale, just kind of peeling up vertebrae by vertebrae, just by each little movement, nice and slow. And the last thing that kind of come up is your head. Really good. We're going to stand in our mountain pose. Just going to kind of sway our arms back and forth. Just kind of waking up the body, kind of seeing what feels good. I invite you to even close your eyes. Just kind of tapping into our body. We're going to move through two really nice flows. A nice sun salutation. We're going to do two of them just to really warm up the body before we do some really deep stretches, all right? Maybe stretching, maybe doing some circles with the head, whatever kind of feels good right now. Moving the shoulders back. All right. Excellent. I'm going to tuck in my shirt a little bit more here. And we're going to go ahead and move through our flow here. So we're at the top of our mat. Our feet are nice and strong, planted. Shoulders are back. So we kind of check into our theme of the day of approving ourselves. And maybe say to yourself or out loud, I am enough. I'm worthy and I claim my power. Really good. And on an inhale both arms up above. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands. You can jump or step back into your plank or to your knees. Either way, I want to make sure your core is nice and activated here. So none of this droopiness, nice and activated. And we're going to lower down to the mat. Keeping our hands planted, elbows in. Inhaling, baby cobra. Exhaling down. Inhale, pushing back off the mat. Lifting our hips up to the sky. Sorry about that. Choked on my hair for a second. And we're just pedaling out the feet and our hips. Wow, my hips are really cracky. All right. And now you can either jump or walk or step your feet forward. I'm going to do my nice little gentle walk to the top. Then hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale. You can either do a flat back or vertebrate by vertebrate, whatever feels comfortable. Just to kind of, for those of you that have been following, just to kind of do what feels comfortable for you. And just to be aware and mindful of the breath and connecting movement to the breath. Just tapping back in. Okay. See how we're doing there? We're going to do that again. Feet are firmly planted in our mountain pose. Deep breath in. Exhale. And inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to step back into our plank or to our knees. You're going to lower down, whatever's comfortable. Inhaling halfway up to our cobra. Exhale. Inhale to our tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. And if you're more advanced in your practice and you prefer doing more of your chaturanga, upward facing dog instead, feel free to do that. But I can't really tell who's in my class or where you guys are level wise. So I always prefer to kind of lower down into more of the baby cobra because that's even what I prefer to do in my practice. Okay. And with your gaze between your fingers, you can either jump or walk or step your feet forward. And I always do my nice little gentle walk. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, kind of peeling up from the ground again. Last thing to come up is your head. Excellent. All right, so I hope we're feeling nice and warmed up. Checking in again. Personally, I feel like that's what yoga is all about. Just keep checking in here. And again, making sure you're breathing into that lower belly. We're going to try to be conscious of that for today's practice. Very good. Okay. Inhale nice and deep. Arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, I'm going to inhale my, which one do I want to do first? My left foot up, exhaling that back. And I'm going to lower my knee and my foot. Very good. We're going to kind of push back and we're going to stretch that thigh, the calf, and the under parts of your leg here. Feeling really good there. Inhaling and exhaling, make sure your face is relaxed. Exhale, planting the foot. What we're actually going to do is we're going to toe heel it to the end of our mat, opening up our hips. So my foot is slightly diagonal to open up my hip here. I'm going to plant my left hand kind of underneath of my gaze, and I'm going to inhale my right arm up into the sky, really opening up through the side body. I'm not collapsing. Inhaling and expanding. And on my exhale, I'm going to bring my elbow down in between. So this is going to be kind of difficult. So maybe plant the hand first, because we're going to kind of inhale, pushing our hips slightly forward. This is called lizard pose. And if you can, if this is all you can, again, this is back to our theme of accepting where you are. If this is as deep as you can go with your hips, you're going to stay right here. If you want to go a little bit deeper into the full lizard pose, you're going to exhale your left elbow to the ground and then your right elbow. So getting that really deep stretch kind of in the groin here. And we're also being very mindful of where we are today. So if this is not comfortable, back on out of it, okay? We're only going to be here for just 2 breaths. And so what I would recommend is really pushing into your hands, or you can kind of bring your hands together, whatever's comfortable. We're going to really relax the neck, relax the forehead. Just kind of allow yourself to melt into this just a little bit. We're just being really mindful here and really careful. And if anything hurts, we're not doing it. And on an inhale, bringing our right arm up and then our left. We're going to bring our toe back to, heel toe it back to our center line. I'm going to push back to kind of release that hip. Inhaling forward. And we're going to bring up our knee here. So whatever feels comfortable, knee here. Bring up our foot and we're going to protect our knee is what I was trying to say. So bending that up just to get that little stretch. And now what we're going to do is we're going to plant our right hand on the inside. Inhaling our left arm to open on this side. So we're nice and open. And we're going to bend at that knee again. And if you can, grab that foot. If that is too challenging, then you're just going to be where you are today. Again, theme, accepting where you are. So if you'd like to go a little deeper, you can bend that. And you can sink in a little bit more, whatever feels comfortable. Maybe your hand is flat, maybe you're more up here. We're just being very mindful, but we're just also trying to get a nice deep stretch of opening up our hips, releasing that tension, relaxing the face, breathing. These aren't common muscles we're probably stretching. I know I'm not with all the sitting. And exhaling, letting go of that foot. Being really mindful here. Tucking that toe. And then we're just going to bring our foot forward. Inhaling our booty up. Staying kind of bent over here. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And inhaling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to the top. Maybe moving out those hips. Maybe spreading our legs a little bit. You got to go do the other side now. If you want to do some circles with your hips, whatever feels comfortable. All right. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Now this time we're going to bring our right foot back. Planting that knee and that foot. And straightening that leg. And coming back, feeling that nice stretch. All the way down the leg. Protecting our spine here. Breathing. Planting the foot and coming forward. We're going to heel toe, opening up the hip again. See, I'm bringing that all the way. So my foot is kind of slightly diagonal. Move my hands so you can see. Okay. I'm going to plant my right hand in front of my gaze. Inhaling left hand up, little twist. And exhaling, bringing that elbow down in between. Again, we're going to be mindful here. If this is as deep as you want to go today, that's fine. You stay right here, being really mindful of your tummy and just keeping breathing right here. All right. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, I'm gonna bend my right elbow coming down, and then my left elbow into the full lizard pose here. Just being very mindful, relaxing the head, opening up the hip. And again, just accepting where you are today and just mindfully breathing, doing those belly breaths, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the neck. And we're going to inhale our left arm and then our right arm. Very good. Bring that foot back into alignment, right underneath again. Pushing back. Bring that toe up and not bringing my butt to the side there, but it's just straight back. Planting the foot. Bringing my hands in between, or in front of, on the side of my foot here. I'm going to bend that knee. Bend my knee, bringing my foot up, protecting that. Let's see if that just feels good. Making sure you're protecting your knee. On an inhale, I'm going to plant my left hand. Inhale, my right arm up to the sky, opening up. So really opening up to the ribs here. If this feels good enough, you can just stay here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can bring that foot up and then grab it with your hand. Really opening up the side body here. And then pressing my foot into my hand and my hand into my foot. Being really mindful, really pressing away. Nothing is collapsing here, lots of space. For breath, relaxing the face and the forehead, maybe a little smile. Really good. And let go, exhale. And wheel line back down, really good. Tucking that toe, and this time we're actually going to bring our left foot back into downward facing dog. Really good. Oh, goodness me, my hips are really cracking. And exhale, knees to the ground. We're going to open up and we're going to push back in the child's pose. Breathing, relaxing, letting your hips relax. And now we're going to go into something called pigeon pose. We won't be here very long, but typically in like a yin yoga class, we'd really be in there for a good, 5 minutes on each side to really allow your muscles to relax and to really stretch your muscles and your connective tissue as well. But don't worry, today we won't do that. That's another reason why I had you have a prop. One, it was for the breathing, and two, it's now for pigeon pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to all fours again. So my knees are in line with my hips. My hands are in line with my shoulders. And as if I'm on like railroad tracks, I'm just going to bring my left knee in that straight line and bring my right knee back. And then I'm going to, with my left foot, kind of heel toe it, similar with that lizard pose, to kind of a comfortable position here. You will see a lot of yogis, they can actually bring their foot to like this right angle and then come in. I don't have that opened of hips. So again, I'm approving of myself and where I am today, and that is about right here. So you do what's comfortable. Okay, so for the prop, and for maybe some of the men or ladies, anybody that has really tight hips, we're going to bring the earth to our hip. I'm sorry, wrong side. I'm going to bring this to my bottom underneath of my left cheek to kind of support that and just kind of rest into that. We don't want to be rolling into that, and this isn't doing much if you're just really rolled out of it. So you want to really roll the opposite direction to get that really deep stretch in your left cheek here. So we're either going to bring the earth to us with the pillow, or if you want to come a little bit deeper, we're being very mindful, coming onto our elbows. And then what you can also do with a pillow is really rest your face on it, your forehead or your cheek. And we're going to go really deep into this pose, as deep as you can. Mindfully, not forcefully, and not hurting ourselves. So just going to really breathe, keeping my foot active here on the side. And again, if you are more right here and that is as deep as you want to go, That's perfectly fine. That's where you are today. If you want to go a little deeper, really stretching and leaning into that and releasing that tension that we're holding in our hips, our lower cheek. Really being mindful and breathing into that area. Really good. All right. And as mindfully as we came into this position, we're going to come out. So inhaling to come up, feet here, or if you want to go more into child's pose with your legs more sprawled open, that's okay. Now we're going to go onto the other side. I know this is a really deep stretch and not typically the most fun, but it is really good and you're going to feel really nice afterwards, I promise. So I'm back in my tabletop position. And on those railroad tracks, I'm bringing my right knee forward, left knee back. This is as deep as you can go, that's fine, but I would recommend heel toeing that foot over ever so slightly. And if this is deep as you've got, just be mindful that you're not collapsing, that you're being lots of space in your shoulders, and you're not kind of crunching in your back. All right, so I'm going to heel toe that a little bit further to open up my hip. Again, you can put that prop underneath of your bottom here to support you on your right side. Kind of putting that under your cheek if you need, or to kind of rest your face, or to even put your arms on to bring the earth to you. So wherever you are, again, just being very mindful. I'm just going to kind of come on down to the ground ever so carefully, really feeling that nice deep stretch here. Very mindful, very careful. If anything hurts, come out of the pose. It should not be hurting. It should just feel like a nice, yummy, delicious stretch. Relaxing your face. A few more breaths here, just being mindful of the breath. Relaxing into it. Really good. Again, I would probably just be more like that. I'm a little tense. Oh, be more like that. All right. So being mindful coming out, inhaling, pushing up. We're going to heel toe that back underneath. Really good. Pushing it back, coming with it. Opening up the hips, pushing our hips backwards. Opening up the knees, pushing the hips backwards. Just kind of resting here. Really good. Really good. All right. So inhaling up, bring the knees together, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up into the sky, and just walking forward in between our hands. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, vertebrate by vertebrate by vertebrate. All right. Really good. And again, if you want to kind of move your hips around, do some circles. Hopefully that felt really nice. You might feel a little bit of a stretch you've never had before. And for kind of one of our last nice fun poses here, we're in our mountain pose. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to inhale and spread my toes out on my right foot. Inhaling and shifting the weight to my right side. Inhaling, left foot up, one-footed Tadasana or one-legged Tadasana. Gosh, getting all these names wrong today, I apologize. Making sure your core is nice and strong here. If you'd like, you can just stay here and you can maybe grab something. You grab a chair, just gonna be here. If you'd also like, you can come into tree pose. I'm pushing my thigh into my foot. Or if you want a really good challenge, I'm actually gonna bring my left foot across. And then making sure my core is nice and strong. Exhaling down, bending my right knee, coming into a semi-chair pose, feeling that stretch again on my bottom. Very good. And inhaling up and out. Releasing. Now to the other side. Inhaling, spreading the toes on my left. Shifting the weight to my left leg. Inhaling, right leg up. One-legged Tadasana. Breathing, relaxing. If you'd like, you can open up the hip and do tree pose, pressing my thigh into my foot. I'd like to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to bring my foot across, activating that. Making sure I have my balance. Inhaling, kind of sitting back. Oops. You can see that my left side is not quite as strong, and that's normal. Always have one side maybe a little more dominant than the other. And inhaling, coming up and out. Exhaling and releasing. Yay! Really good. So that was always just a little bit of a fun and a challenge just to kind of do and to check your balance. It's really good to kind of check in there. And no matter where you are today, I'll say it one last time of approving where you are today with yourself, just approving of yourself. And now we're going to do a really fancy yoga move where I just bend my knees and stick my bottom all the way to the ground. All right. And I'm just going to go vertebrate by vertebrate till I'm all the way on the ground here. Inhaling my arms out and bringing my knees, rocking side to side. We already did a lot of really good hip openers, a lot of stretchy today. So any other stretches you feel you need, go ahead and do. I think I'm just going to tap into my breath here for a moment and maybe windshield my legs down to my left side. And inhaling, I have to move away from my sound system, and exhaling to my left. Just that last little stretchy. And coming up to center, letting your feet drop. And we're going to do that little rocking on our heels sensation. Just kind of rocks your whole body. Kind of like how like a baby rocks themselves to sleep. Just going to kind of rock on our heels. You can use your pillow again if you'd like to have underneath of your head or underneath of your legs. I'm going to Savasana. And go ahead and begin to slowly stop rocking your feet. Just relax your toes. Relax your ankles and your bottom of your feet. Relax the tops of your legs and the backs of your legs. Just melt into the mat. Relaxing your hips. You did really good stretching in your hips today. Relax your hips and your groin and your bottom. Send some extra breath into that region as you relax. Just melting into the mat. Relax your stomach and your chest. Relax your lower back, your mid back, and then your upper back. Relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing down your arms to your elbow, to your wrist, down each fingertip. Just relax and melt into the mat. Relax your shoulders up into your neck, the back of your neck, and your jaw. Relax your tongue in your mouth. Relax your cheeks and your eyes. Relax the back of your head and the top of your head. Relax your forehead and your eyebrows. Just relax and melt into the mat. Releasing all tension. Maybe sending a little gratitude to yourself for today's practice. You held in there, you did excellent. You should be really proud of yourself. Those are some really deep tissue stretches. Really good. Just melt into the mat. And maybe bringing back that deeper belly breathing again. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Just breathing a little slowly into your stomach. Very good. And on an inhale, just begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Maybe rock yourself awake again. And on an inhale, bringing your knees to your chest. And rocking side to side. And on an exhale, just kind of flopping to one side. Just checking in with your body. And on an inhale, peeling up and coming to a nice seated position. If you'd like to stay in Savasana, that's fine. If you'd like to be in a seated position, that's okay too. For this last part, encourage you to either be sitting on a chair or on your sofa with your feet on the ground, or your feet flat on the ground, or a nice comfortable seated position. You can either have your palms up or palms down, whatever you prefer. I invite you to close your eyes. Come closer to the mic. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale in through your nose. Exhale slowly out. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. I'd like you to imagine as if you are really tiny and standing on the tip of your nose, like a little tiny person on the tip of your nose, kind of looking out at the world. And on an inhale, you move up between your eyebrows. And on another inhale, you move up even higher to the top of your head. Just kind of looking out and around. And on another inhale, you drop inside your mind. And on another inhale, you drop inside your throat. And on another inhale, you drop inside your heart. Just imagine as if you're breathing through your heart center in the middle of your chest. Just breathing a little bit slower and deeper. Now I'd like you to activate a really loving memory, really loving moment in time. Perhaps it's when you held your child, or when you hugged your parents or your partner. Just giving them a nice big hug, just holding them ever so close. Just feeling that love between both of you. And just allowing that love to spread through your body. It spreads down into your hips, down your legs, into your feet. And then it spreads up into your shoulders, down your hands, up your neck, into your head. And maybe perhaps you envision it like it's a color. Perhaps it's white or it's gold. So now you're radiating in this beautiful gold. It's all throughout your body, nice and warm. It's getting so strong that you push it outside of your body. Now it's surrounding you fully, like this snow globe. This little round ball surrounding you, this gold light, this warm liquid blanket. And you push it even further out and away from you. And it begins to fill the whole room. Perhaps if there's other people in the room with you, it's covering them too in your love. This warm blanket. And it's even stronger, and you push it outside into every room in your house or your apartment. It's covering every nook and cranny of your home, spreading love everywhere and around everyone. And then you spread it even further out around your house, around your neighbors' homes, and even further out to your whole town. And even furthermore, your whole state is wrapped in this blanket of gold, this loving energy. And you push it out even further, and it surrounds your whole country right now. You're blanketing your whole country in this loving, beautiful energy, this gold blanket. And then you push it out even further to all neighboring countries. They need our love. Push it out even further to all neighboring countries. This gold blanket, just pushing it out until it covers all land masses, all the water, all the oceans and seas. All of Earth is covered in this gold, liquid, warm, loving blanket. And then now push yourself out even further. You almost have this bird's eye view of Earth in this gold blanket. And perhaps you feel the warmth of the sun on your neck. Feel the sun and its warmth and its love radiating towards you. And then as you look up, you see a bright star. Such a bright, beautiful star. You pick that star and you hold it close to your heart, knowing it's filled with love and acceptance and compassion. Just hold it tight. Hold it ever so tight as we come back down, down, down into Earth. Back over your country. Back over your state. Back over your town. Back over your home. And back into your room. And then back into your body. Still holding this star, this bright, loving star. And as you take an inhale, you press that star into your heart, taking in all that love and that appreciation and that compassion, that approval, all of it. Inhaling it in and allowing it to spread through your body. Just enjoying that for a breath or two. And on an inhale, just gently begin to bat your eyelashes and coming back to the room. May you always have clarity of thought. May you always speak your truth. And may your heart always be filled with love, appreciation, compassion, and acceptance for yourself. You are enough. I am enough. Namaste. And for the time being, namaste at home. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed that. You guys are still awake. But thank you so much for joining me. I will be doing this again every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for however long we're in this together. I want you to know that I'm here supporting you. I'm going to be showing up every time to bring a little bit of calm to the chaos and a little bit of love as well, to to this community. And I thank you so much for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Louise, great as always. Louise says, great as always. Thank you. Casey says, thanks, Val. Love you. Love you too. Love you, Casey. Ashley says, this was so wonderful. Oh, yay. All right. Thanks, Val. You're welcome. Ashley, thank you, Val. You're welcome. You're welcome. I really hope you enjoyed that. Please feel free to come back and even watch this one again, so that you can really get into those deep stretches, and maybe do even like a yin yoga with this on another time. But yeah, I really hoped that brought you a little bit of peace today as you go into your weekend. And for those of you that are Christian, I wish you a very happy Easter and enjoy your time off. My dad is messaging me. He said it was great. My mom did it too. That's great. All right. Well, thank you again. Ashley said, would love the yin class. I really like pigeon. Oof. All right. Maybe I'll have to give you guys a heads up. If I do more of a yin class, then I wouldn't incorporate as much of the meditation. It would just be a full hour yin course. You just have to let me know if that's something you want. But for now, I'm just trying to keep it consistent with a theme, and then meditation, and then the yoga, and then the Reiki at the end, just trying to keep it really consistent. But if that's something you guys want, I could do maybe a yin Friday or something like that. Just let me know what you like. I'm here for you. I'm here to show up for you. And I love you all very much. And thank you. All right. I'm going to sign off. Bye. See you Monday.